All right, let's have some fun with Ssahng. I'm going to walk through all 9 strikes or 9 lines with your double Ssahng. So I'll go slowly at first and show you how to speed some of them up and then what they'll look like when they're done full speed. So let's start with ones. Jeol, knie. Etier. Our Junbi position. Remember, I'm going to take the weapon, strike it straight out, armpit, roll up, and set my feet apart. One more time, a little faster. This is what it'll look like all together. All right, so going straight into number 1s. Those are the armpit roll-ups. Armpit, backwards roll, set over the shoulders. 1 roll. Armpit, roll back, set. Armpit, roll. Armpit, roll. Armpit, roll. Notice the extension in my arms on that roll. So I strike, reach as I set behind me. Number 2s. 2s are leg roll-ups. So I go into a middle stance. Drop down to the insides of my knees, not between my legs. Reverse roll, set. One more time. Knees, reverse roll, set. Drop, roll, drop, roll. Same thing. Looking at the extension of my arms. That helps the weapon relax before it comes back into a set position over my shoulders. Now 3s. 3s make Vs. I'm still in that middle stance position. Weapons apart. Go over my shoulder. Together, together, together. Split. Reverse roll, set. One more time. Apart, together, 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 apart, roll up. A little faster. Those are your 3s. Now 4s. 4s stay in this middle stance position. They go apart, 1 reverse roll. So we go inside, outside, up, and then 3 inside rolls. Down, 1, 2, 3, up. One more time. Down, inside, outside, up, down, 1, 2, 3 inside rolls before you set. A little faster. Down, in, out, up, down, 1, 2, 3, up. Those are your 4s. 5s are in an open stance. Those are opposite arms. So one's in my armpit, one's over my shoulder, and I switch. Switch, switch. Nice and smoothly as they get going. You can do them nice and smoothly. Right? From my 5s, I go into my 6s. One hand reaches across like I'm buckling my seatbelt. As it comes back over my shoulder, the other hand does an armpit. So I'm going to just switch them. When one goes down, the other goes up, and then I switch. Seatbelt, armpit, seatbelt, armpit. These are my 6s. Now, I do have to do 6s on both sides, so if I'm able, I go right back into a nice, smooth 5, and I can switch now. The other hand does my seatbelt, armpit, seatbelt, armpit, seatbelt, armpit, until I can go nice and smoothly. A fun way to practice is to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I go back and forth from 5s to 6s. Now we have 7s. Let's take our 7s in a few different steps. Let's take the slowest step first. Take one hand. You've got 1, 2, straight up over the shoulder. No roll. Other arm. 1, 2, straight up for 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we can put it together. So let's leave out the 3. We've got 1, 2, and now I'm going to take this other hand and switch places with the down low one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. From here, then Our goal is to make them sound like a horse galloping. So listening carefully. That's your goal with your 7s. Then we have 8s. 8s, what we like to call crazy 8s. We go back into our middle stance. One hand goes down into that knee pit. The other arm is up, and we switch. Switch, 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 switch. Make sure that body is staying still. The arms are the only thing moving for those 8s. And then 9s are a lot like 7s. So let's take one hand at a time. 1, 2, and this time we're going to go in front of our head like a big halo. And the other hand, 1, 2, in front of your head like a big halo. 1, 2, in front of my head. 1, 2, in front of my head. One more time. 1, 2, in front of my head. 1, 2, in front of my head. Now the same thing we did with 7s, we can do with 9s. So now I take out that number 3 step and I make it a smooth transition between the 1 and the 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I just bring it around to my shoulder via around my head. 1, 2, 1, 2. And as you speed it up, the weapon doesn't touch the shoulder, but it moves smoothly from your 2 back to your 1 without a stop. And those are your 9s. So here you have it, 1 through 9, something to practice at home. Have fun with those. Bahng.